The whole ethos of Dunedin Canmore as a landlord is that we aren't just a landlord. We provide many opportunities for people, not just providing them a home, but opportunities to improve their lifestyle, improve their mental health, and have a really nice, comfortable life in their new home.
You know, everyone in this country should be entitled to a home. I think it's important that, you know, you don't look at people as a series of issues. You know, we're all social creatures, and I think it's important to have a holistic approach to, you know, a situation in people's life. When moving home, you know, it's one of the most stressful times. You know, you throw into that equation people not having furniture, not having a social circle, having issues in their life. You know, you can actually look beyond that. Getting involved in your local community is easier. Employability, you know, it's easier to start looking at work. You know, people who don't have a washing machine, an ironing board. You know, the idea of going to an interview scares people. It would scare me without the wherewithal to make sure that you are presentable.
For years I worked as a sheltered housing boarder, and I used to fill up forms for other people, help them, advise them, but when it comes to you, it's totally different.
3 years ago, after the traumatic event and my son being found dead, I just didn't know where to go, and I was placed in homeless accommodation. And that was traumatic. When I went to the house, I was in a dilemma. And although you have all these experiences, it doesn't help you when you find yourself in a situation like that. It's traumatic for anybody. And when you think you're on your own, you're not on your own. There is people out there is agencies out there like CHI, and if you're lucky enough to be housed by Dunedin Canmore, you get all the support from them as well.
What Dunedin Canmore have done is set out to make sure that you've got everything in that apartment that you really need to live on. Whatever age, or whatever problem in their life that they've got, is that there's Dunedin Canmore around, people like that are there to help and understand people's problems.
We recognise here in the association that for very many of those who we house, very many have had issues of homelessness, vulnerabilities, they've had challenging lives. That the challenge and the trauma of getting a tenancy is only the start of a journey for them. We have developed a range of services which enable us to aid and assist tenants at a pace that suits them and meets their particular requirements to move into their new homes, and that involves us providing all the advice some of us may take for granted, but also those added value elements which make a house a home.
I thought, I'll not be able to move in because I've not got any furniture. I'm going to have to wait and get things bit by bit because I would never have been able to afford it. I never asked them, they asked me, because I would have never said, I would have been too embarrassed. I'd just like to thank everybody and Dunedin Canmore for all they've done, because I really so much appreciate it.
The early intervention service was an effort by the association to try and ensure that we can help people sustain their tenancies and move them from a situation of, in some cases, vulnerability and unemployment through a pathway, through a journey of training into employment so that they can enjoy all the benefits the rest of us take for granted. This organisation and others like us can only deliver these supplementary services if we have external funding.
I can see the difference that it's making to our tenants. It's a huge difference. We had a real issue with people who were just not managing at all. And if someone leaves their tenancy or abandons their tenancy, there's a loss of rent. If the property's damaged, you have to redecorate to re-let it. And this person could become homeless again, and then they're just going round through the homeless route all the way again, which costs a lot of money for everybody involved.
And just having them there, knowing that Dunedin Canmore are there at the end of the phone, gave me that step up the ladder to get away from this part where I was rotted and stuck in a rut. If I hadn't had the support from Dunedin Canmore every step of the way, I don't think I could have done that myself, because I'd never done it myself before. And Dunedin Canmore reassured me and also made me feel confident enough in myself to be able to go ahead and do this.
These safety nets were there at a time when I really appreciated it, when I really needed it. It was there for me, and It was just a really good feeling that there was people there that actually cared.
The early intervention service works both ways. It means that us and the tenants get a good service from CHI, and CHI get benefits because they get enjoy seeing the difference from the tenants. The tenants themselves will see a massive help and know that from a joint approach that they're getting to see us right from the beginning, CHI right at the beginning, whether it be at the interview stage or the viewing stage, and they know that people are there to help them, so it's a reassurance that their tenancy isn't going to fail.
We recognise that vulnerability and the needs that very many tenants have to establish a tenancy are very rarely one-dimensional. What we require is a range of services, individual and tailored support, energy advice, welfare rights, money advice, and basically somebody to help them overcome that first trauma of getting a tenancy. So we're in the fortunate position that having a wrap-round support service within Dunedin Canmore, using our own services as well as those from external agencies, enables us to bring an expertise that a lot of organisations wouldn't otherwise have and which ultimately benefit our tenants.
Early intervention, I firmly believe, is the way to go. I think we've proved it with this project. You know, there's no point in waiting until someone has a crisis, because, you know, we all don't like asking for help. I meet so many people through this project that have so much to offer. It's a fantastic scheme. It's something to be built on.